Ndị be anyị ndewonu. Ọ bụ Ada Igbo na-ekwu na Igbo Media. N'Igbo Media, anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara ihe na-emegasị na Biafra Land, n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. N'ụbọchị nke taata, o nwere ihe bịara n'iru akwụkwọ anyị nke anyị ga-agụpụtara unu n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị gụpụtachaa ya, unu egee ya ka ọha n'uju. Ị ga-esie ya, ị drọpụọla your comment, like kwa this our video and gbasakwa ya ka o ruo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ozi anyị wetara ntata si n'aka otu nwanne anyị nwoke, a Biafra activist. Dịka o sitere ya ozi ya n'iru akwụkwọ, ọ dere sị: Breaking news: Aso Rock Minister Nyesom Wike succumbs, agrees to appear in court as summoned by Nnamdi Kanu, as world leaders mentioning the trial. Ya bụ ozi ka iji bịa taata na Igbo Media. Ị ga-esi ya bụ ozi, gbaa mbọ gwa anyị iche ma mekwa ka ozi alụta ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa gere ya ka ọha n'uju.
If he is summoned by the court as he was interviewed by Channels Television, which I will be playing the video in a jiffy. But before that, let us first of all read from one of the Zoom media platforms, The Guardian. And according to the title, they said, Wike gives condition to stand as witness for Nnamdi Kanu. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has given a condition that we see him stand as a witness in the trial of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. I'm beginning to notice something. For the past how many months now, all these Nigerian media platforms are no longer using the word proscribed. Proscribed. It's like they have repented, or they have now beginning to see the handwriting on the wall. I think the only platform that is still using that very word proscribed is the one that they call The Nation. And I've already stopped reading news or even visiting that very website for a very, very long time. Now, Wike made this known during a media rally in Abuja on Friday, explaining that he will not appear as a witness in Kanu's trial just because his name was listed in the newspapers. The FCT minister said that if the court formally summons him to testify or provide evidence in the ongoing trial of the detained leader of IPOB, he will comply without hesitation. Wike, however, stated that no one has served him with any process to appear as a witness in Kanu's court case. Very, very good. Because I have the video and I'll be playing it moving forward in this same broadcast. So, Wike made it very clear that if he is formally summoned by the court, that he will appear. He has made it known. He equally said that he's not going to appear in the court as a witness just because his name was mentioned on the pages of newspaper. He said it. Good. And it is on record that Nnamdi Kanu has listed the names of 23 people that he wants to be or to stand as witness in his Jamboree trial at the Federal High Court Abuja. He listed their names, and it is also on record that the name of Nyesom Wike is there as the former governor of Rivers State and the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Now, it is left to the court to officially summon Wike, because even on that very petition of Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu equally asked the court to support Wike so that Wike can appear in court to testify in the court on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. So it is official. Now, if the court fails to summon Wike, if the court fails to summon Wike, that means the Federal High Court Abuja on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, presided over by the Judge Omotosho, is playing, hide and seek game here. Because everything is official. Wike has said it, that he will appear. So if he fails to appear, that means the court did not summon him. You understand? Because he has said if court summons him, he will appear. And Nnamdi Kanu has requested that he be summoned. So it is now left for the judge to do the needful, or Motosho to do the needful. We are watching. We are watching this. Now, you don't become a witness by reading the newspaper. Nobody has served me any process Nobody has supported me, Wike said. Did you get that? He made it very clear. Nobody has summoned him. Okay? And Nnamdi Kanu has made this request. So the court has to officially summon them. Not only Wike, but other politicians and retired servicemen. So because I saw Wike listed, I will now begin to run helter-skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, I am supposed to come and give a testimony or give evidence. I must obey the court. I must appear. Wike was further asked if he knew why Kanu listed him as one of his witnesses. The former governor of Rivers State said he did not, adding that only the IPOB leader will give a definite answer. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did you list me? I did not go and say I want to be a witness. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses, he said. Refraining from commenting on whether Kanu's ongoing detention demands a political solution, Kanu earlier this week filed a fresh motion listing former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Abubakar Malami, and other top political and security figures as witnesses in his terrorism trial. The motion filed on October 21, 2025 and marked FSC/ABJ/CR/383/2015 was addressed to Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu, who personally signed the document, stated that the applicant complied with the court's order of October 16, which directed him to open his defense on October 24. In the motion entitled Notice of Number and Names of Witnesses to be Called by the Defendant, Kanu seeks to call 23 witnesses, including international experts, state governors, military generals, and former intelligence officials. He divided the witnesses into two categories: voluntary but material evidences and vital compellable witnesses to be supported under Section 232 of the Evidence Act 2011. Among the voluntary witnesses is Emeka Umeabalasi, a political historian who will testify on the legal foundations of self-determination and state violence against members of IPOB. Another unnamed forensic linguist will analyze Kanu's public broadcast to counter claims that they incited violence or terrorism. Also listed is Benjamin Madubugu, a former co-accused who will testify about IPOB's non-violent structure and goals. Dan Olasi, a community leader from Abia State, is expected to testify that Kanu's broadcasts were viewed locally as political commentary, not hate speech, while an unnamed security expert will address procedural flaws and investigative irregularities in the terrorism case. United States U.S. lawyer Bruce Fine will testify on the illegality of Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Kenya and its implication for trial jurisdiction, while Kanu's personal physician, Prof. Martin Agaji, is expected to testify on the effect of his prolonged detention on his physical and mental health. He also listed as witness a former Minister of Defense, General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, a former Chief of Army Staff, General Tukur Buratai, retired, as well as Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Hope Uzodinma, governors of Lagos and Imo States, respectively. Kanu, who has been held in detention since his extradition from Kenya, there is nothing like extradition here. Extradition, no. Use the right word, which is exactly what happened. Extraordinary rendition, not extradition. Because there was no extradition trial in Kenya. I don't know how you see your own or how you write or speak your own English. I don't know. Kanu, who has been in detention since his extraordinary rendition from Kenya in June 2021, further listed the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, the immediate past governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu, and Wike as witnesses, of course. So they have to appear. I don't want to analyze anything because of time. I want to play the video for you. So watch the video and make it go viral.
Honorable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, just quickly, a case currently ongoing, Nnamdi Kanu's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and you were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compellable witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Dave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you're aware of this, and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
And if you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list me? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are the one saying that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list Wike as one of your witnesses?
Have you not seen it?
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has had any process. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw Wike's listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter skelter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I'm subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspaper. Nobody does that.
Excellency,
and so as to why I should be listed, he who chooses me there, he should ask him the question. But if I am invited, if I'm supposed to come, go home and sleep.
Daalụ rinne maka isonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taata. Ọ bụrụ na ozi anyị wetara gị dị gị mma, gbaa mbọ gbasaa ya ka o rute ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ, ma gwakwa anyị ichere na comment section. Ngwa ka ọ dị.